So Bobby Dassey can't assist in Teresa faking her death. Can't do that. He's gotta kill her. She's gotta be dead for some fucking reason. So Bobby did nothing, and those pictures got there somehow. If Bobby didn't do it, if Bobby didn't hand the camera off, or the Metatag off, which we don't even know if it goes to that camera. If he gave Teresa the media card, and Teresa gave it to Ryan, and Ryan put it in his camera and gave it to Pam, and Pam came back, said she'd take photographs, but she didn't, and she purposely didn't take photographs, and she gave it to law enforcement, then they all fucking are involved in Teresa disappearing off the planet, okay? But if Bobby killed her, then Earl gave Pam the camera with the pre-existing photographs on it. But how did they know to stage all that after Bobby kills Teresa? But if that's the case, then how did Ryan know that Bobby killed Teresa and Pam know that Bobby killed Teresa? Ryan knows that Bobby killed Teresa. That's the reason why Earl had to give Pam the camera with the pre-existing. See, the pre-existing photographs on this camera are real problematic to Teresa being dead. Okay? The pictures on the camera of the Avery Auto Salvage direct link to Ryan at Teresa's house means that Teresa was in the know. Ryan, Pam, Bobby, they're all in the Earl, all in the know. Okay? Earl may not have known shit. You know, between Bobby and Earl, it's more likely Bobby than Earl. It's more likely Earl and Bobby. But somehow there's a link between Avery Auto Salvage and Teresa's house. Either those photographs went to Teresa's house, or how did Ryan know that Earl was going to give Pam a camera? It doesn't work out. Bobby Dassey as your Denny suspect on a fictitious fucking murder isn't working out. Okay, and there's a reason why. It's because you're fucking nuts. You're ludicrous. You're Looney Tunes, okay? Now, when you think Bobby helped Teresa disappear, well, it all starts to make sense now, doesn't it? Yeah. Robert Herman knew that Kenneth Peterson was going to frame Stephen Avery because it's his job to frame Stephen Avery. So Peterson wants to frame Stephen Avery, and Herman does not want to frame Stephen Avery. There it is. We'll go from that. So, Robert Herman, Undersheriff. Todd Herman, Lieutenant, commanding whatever. And then there's Lieutenant Link. Then there's Colburn. Then there's Earl. What does Colburn know about Bobby Dassey? Okay? Earl, Bobby Dassey, Teresa, Ryan Hildegrass to Pam Strum to law enforcement. There's your fucking whole entire thing. Chuck's out of the loop, he don't know shit. Steven's out of the loop, he doesn't know shit. The Dasseys didn't know shit, okay? So, yeah. Yeah. Bobby's the one that offers Scott's phone number. Bobby's up to his fucking neck in this shit. I think this. I think the least amount of people possible, the better off you are. So let's just pare it down to the least possible people. You leave Earl the fuck out of it. You leave Chuck out of it. You leave Steven out of it. Brendan's for sure out of it. You know. So, yeah. That's a cast of characters right there. Kenneth Peterson, Robert Herman, Todd Herman, Lieutenant Link, James Link, Andy Colburn. That's the Manoak side. Then you have Earl Avery, Bobby Dassey, Teresa Halbach, Ron Hildegrass, Sam and Nicole Strom. That little cast of characters and all this shit happened. Everything else happened. But those are your characters. That's your main ring. And that's pared down to the very least possible people. Then it only comes down to that group of people and that's it. Why include Chuck? I don't know. Maybe the telephone. Chuck was in on it somehow. Yeah. But paring it down to the least amount of people. Chuck's out of the picture. Steven's out of the picture. Brendan's definitely out of the picture. So, Zellner, here. I think that you got a call from Gloria Allred saying that you need to rethink your shit. That Teresa's alive, and you need to more prove that Teresa's alive than keep pushing the fact that she's dead and you're trying to get Steven off on a dead story. You're trying to get Steven off on a murder that doesn't exist. Okay? And you're using a Dennis suspect, but Bobby doesn't have the criteria to do that. He doesn't have the time, he doesn't have the material, he can't burn her down to the bones. Only a crematorium can really do that and get away with it. You know? So, Andy Colburn's connected with Carmen Botwell. Carmen Botwell is a relative of Teresa. So they shared some DNA. And that's where they got their DNA profile. It wasn't 100% Karen's daughter, but it was within the Halbach family constellation. Okay? Carmen Botwell, there's a whole story on that. I'm not going to go down that road. But she's basically a pot smoker and she ODs on hard drugs. How the fuck did that happen? Okay. Manoak County Sheriff fucking OD'd Carmen Botwell so that she could fill in for Teresa Halbach because Carmen Botwell was nothing but a little, you know, pot smoker, get in trouble and wasn't really anybody. But Teresa Halbach, boy, she was something. She's part of the Halbach family. So, you know, you take one out, fill her in, burn her up, take him out there, put him in the pit, frame Stephen Ayers for $36 million fucking dollars. So yeah, I could see them off at Carmen Botwell. Yeah, just drug overdose her ass. Actually, yeah, they found her. So they had a female body with Halbach, traces of Halbach DNA. Yeah. So maybe there is a murderer here. But it's not Stephen, and the victim is not Teresa. Okay? They got ways of doing shit. So, Kathleen T. Zoner, I want you to completely scrap your Denny suspect bullshit and completely scrap Teresa's dead bullshit and start all over again. This time, leave all the fucking bullshit out of it. I don't want to hear about Steven's bedroom. I don't want to hear about the garage. I don't want to hear about the bed. I don't want to hear about our shell casings and shit shooting through the wall of the garage. Fucking stupid. You're trying to prove a murder by exonerating Stephen Avery. Now, how oxymoronic is that? Okay? You're going to prove a murder that didn't happen and try to get your client off on a Denny suspect for somebody else that could not possibly have done that. You can't chase her ass down, kill her, burn her, and stick her in the fucking pit. You know, it doesn't work out for you. Your Denny suspect is bullshit. And Bobby's got good reason to sue your ass. So now you're being sued by Bobby Dassey too. Yeah. Okay. When you're bashing Bobby Dassey, aren't you bashing his wife and kids too? Don't they have a claim? Yes, they do. They can sue your ass too. Okay? Speaking of which, Barb has a claim. Loss of her son and loss of the companionship of her brother. Chuck has a claim. Earl has a claim. Dolores' estate has a claim. Alan has a claim. They all have claims. As a matter of fact, yeah, Kayla has a claim. Carla Chase has a claim. See, Kim Ducat, or her estate, I don't know, has a claim. They all have a claim for loss of companionship. And Avery Auto Salvage, as a business, has a claim. And they can all claim that the whole entire thing was railroad, and they're entitled to compensation. And when you have that many people and a business, you could do that on a lawsuit, class action lawsuit. Yeah. So there's a whole nother lawsuit. Gloria Allred has got her hands full. Oh shit. She's suing for Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey. She's suing for Teresa Halbach. She's suing for the Dassey family constellation. Wow. Now, who is she suing? Well, she's suing the government. She's suing print, and she's suing live media, interactive, okay, visual, and audio. All the news networks, all the book publishers, all the magazine publishers, all the Reddit that Teresa's dead shit. Oh, fuck. There's $1 billion fucking dollars, people. $1 billion fucking dollars. Yeah. Serious shit. $1 million for every year they're in, twice too. Oh, man. There's so much money here. So much fucking money here. It's pathetic. So Bobby Dassey is most definitely off the list as far as two things. One, he didn't do shit. Bullshit, he was up into it, up to his ass. Two, he killed Teresa. If he killed Teresa, then how did Earl know to give Pam the camera? Okay. Bobby gave Teresa the media card to go give to Ryan. It's only those two. So how did Earl know that Bobby was going to kill Teresa? He didn't. So therefore he did not give Pam the camera. There's only one person in the whole fucking world that can give Teresa Halbach a media card or a camera. Probably just a media card. Yeah. He would have been just better off mailing it. No. Then there's a paper trail. Nope. Bobby gave Teresa the media card that had the photos on it. That's all there is to it. Teresa cannot possibly be dead unless she died in an accident, car accident, drug overdose, drowning, you name it, some other way of her demise. But barring all that, she's alive and well. Fuck. Selling her. Stephen Ader got to get rid of your ass. Okay, here's two things. One, you go save your ass by going. I'm not a miracle fucking worker here, okay? I can't make magic wand shit. Zoner, yeah, you're in a heap of shit. Basically put, and I can't get you out of it. I'm only so smart. But why don't you go get Stephen off on Teresa's not fucking dead? Why don't you, Kathleen T. Zoner, contract with Gloria Allred and ask Gloria Allred to go to Trail, British Columbia and go get a buccal swab from Teresa St. Jean Crockett. Warfield. Okay? We got her address. Photography by Teresa. Photography by Teresa. Gee whiz. It's not like you didn't want to get found, right? My best bet. I think that chick from up on a farm in Iowa is Teresa Marie Halbach. Teresa St. Jean Crockett's got 4 inches shorter than Teresa Marie Halbach. Unless they took a 4-inch vertebrae out of her back and refused her back together and made her short like 4 inches, Teresa St. Jean Crockett's not Teresa Marie Halbach. She should have no problem giving you a swab. Right? So why don't you do that? It's a loose end you need to tie up. But you've been doing this bullshit with Stephen Aves for how long now? And you kept him in prison for how long now? On this bullshit that Teresa's dead? I don't think he's going to forgive you. I think it'd be in your best interest. Oh, fuck. Then you fuck yourself too, right? Oh, shit. Ah, man. You got no choice but to continue on with this course of ill reasoning. Yeah, that's what you got. No. Bobby is 100% out of the fucking picture as far as murdering Teresa Halbach. You're barking up the wrong fucking tree. Ain't. Bobby, yeah, you're out of there. You're clear. Fuck it. Now, here's the thing. Fassbender's hanging on to all this nasty shit, and he's bribing Bobby with it. Well, Bobby, guess what? Fassbender is no longer a problem. Because Fassbender is the one that came up with this shit, because Fassbender is the only person that has easy access to this shit. You're not going to get on American Online Dial-Up. American Online Dial-Up. And he's getting all these images and shit off American Online Dial-Up. And they're letting him, and they know it? No. No. How'd he get on his computer? That's not even his hard drive. You copied his hard drive, sure, and then you added the shit to the copy. But no way is Bobby looking that shit up on American Online Dial-Up. I forgot what they even called it. Some modem. I had a modem, the Shark, remember that one? Okay. No. Not happening. Didn't happen. And Bobby could prove it in court. You're not, Fassbender, you're so fucking deep into this shit, you're fucking under the fucking jailhouse. They're going to charge you with possession of the shit. How does that sound? Yeah. You got possession of it? You're a law enforcement officer and you got possession of this shit. Whatever it may be. You ought to be arrested for having possession of this shit. Anyway.